Hello and welcome to Creative Writing. I am Armin Rose and I will be your guide as we go through the concepts of this course. This is the Introduction to Literature. Literature is writing that is considered to be an art form, or any single writing deemed to have artistic or intellectual value, often due to deploying language in ways that differ from ordinary usage. There are two types of literature: oral literature and written literature. Oral literature are passed on through word of mouth through generations. Examples of oral literature are ballads, myths, jokes, folktales, and fables. Written literature are recorded on paper through handwriting, print, or electronic media. Examples of written literature are poetry, drama, fiction, and nonfiction. Literary elements. Literary elements are commonly described as the components of a literary piece. They take place in all different types of literature. Examples of the elements of literature are theme, tone, detail, and diction. Some elements are exclusive to a literary type. Poetic elements are line, stanza, and form. Narrative elements are point of view and voice, and dramatic elements are spectacle and performance. Detail. Detail is the level of specific information that the writer gives to the reader. An effective creative work gives a clear mental picture to the reader. It makes the reader imagine and feel what is being read. Writing which gives a clear view of the subject catches and sustains the interest of the reader. This can be done through sensory images. Sensory details describe the content of the text vividly. This can be done by using adjectives that appeal to the five senses. Sensory images allows the reader to see, hear, taste, smell, and touch or feel the objects or scenes being described. For sight, examples of sensory details are red and round. For smell, we have fragrant and foul. For taste, we have sweet and sour. For hearing, we have chirpy and loud. And for touch, we have hot and smooth. Now that we've learned about sensory details, write an essay about any of the following topics using sensory details: riding a jeepney, going to church, attending a party, swimming on the beach, or eating your favorite food. Diction. Diction refers to language or choice of words to best describe a writer's ideas. It helps shape the perception of the readers about the author and the characters. Diction can be formal, informal, or colloquial. Here we have a chart that shows the levels of dictions, their characteristics, and examples of words that can be used for every level. In formal diction, it should be academic or scholarly. Examples of words in formal diction are money, salapi, to meet his maker, and sumakabilang buhay. Informal diction is conversational and characteristic. Examples of informal diction are cash and pera, died, and namatay. Colloquial diction is slang or regional and characteristic. Examples of colloquial diction are bucks or datung, worm food, and nadedo. Theme. Theme is the writer's thoughts about life or what he is trying to say about the real world. Theme is what connects the written work to the reader's own experiences. It is important that the writer knows his theme before he starts writing because this is where all the other elements will stem from. Tone and mood. Tone is the attitude of the writer or the overall atmosphere which influences the emotional response of the reader, or mood. Tone is what the author wants the readers to feel. Mood is what the readers actually feel. These two should be congruent. If not, there is something wrong with the execution because the intention and the result did not match. Literary devices. Literary devices are any linguistic technique that provides a specific effect in writing. Examples are style, plot mechanism, and figurative language. Figurative language is any figure of speech which depends on the non-literal meaning of some or all of the words used. The most common figures of speech used in literature are simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole, symbolism, and idiom. Simile is the indirect comparison of two objects using like or as. Metaphor is the direct comparison of two objects using any form of the verb to be: is, are, was, were, and am. Personification is the attribution of human qualities to an object. Hyperbole is an exaggeration. Symbolism is the use of symbols to represent ideas or qualities. An idiom is a phrase whose component words have a different meaning than if they are taken collectively. Other figures of speech used in literary devices are alliteration. It is the repetition of the first consonant of neighboring words. Allusion is the use of a person, place, or thing as reference. Onomatopoeia is the use of words that mimic the sounds they make. Irony is saying the opposite of what you mean. And repetition is repeating a word or phrase for emphasis. Our third activity is your quiz number 1. You will identify the figures of speech used in the following words to be played by your teacher. For copyright reasons, I cannot play the videos here, so we will be having this quiz in our online classroom. The ideas used in this video are based on the content standards of the Department of Education. Thank you for watching and see you in the next lesson.